guys, welcome back. I am going to show you how to mix epoxy. So I use Amazing Clear Cast, part A and part B. I do use the gallons. I found that with as many cups as I'm doing, it ends up being cheaper. But using the gallons, it ends up costing me about 58 cents a cup now, versus when I was using the 16 ounces ones, it was costing me $1.76 a cup. So cutting back down on these has helped and has been amazing. So you need both part A, part B to mix your epoxy. You're going to need this little medicine cup. I got these off Amazon. I believe they're $2.56 right now for 100 of them. They were just $1.50 for 100 of them, so the price does change. The most I've seen them is about $4, so it's still a pretty good deal, but definitely right now $2.56 is a steal almost. And then I also have a mixing container where I'm going to put this, mix it in here, and then that's where we're going to stir it. Sorry, forgot one of my materials, and a popsicle stick. That's all you need. And this is what you're going to put on your cup. It does take 8 to 12 hours to fully set and turn. Whether you're turning it or doing the drip method with the epoxy, definitely you need to let this work its magic. Otherwise, it's going to get all sticky and gross, and you're not going to be able to use your cup. So let it sit, let it last. Just put it on the turner, go to bed, forget about it, wake up in the morning, and you're ready to go. So you're going to want to mix equal parts of part A and part B. That's where the measuring cup comes in great. It helps a lot. I am doing this for a pencil cup, so I'm going to need a little bit more than I would for a thin layer, just to do glitter or the top coat, stuff like that. Glitters do take a lot more. I usually do 10 milliliters of each, part A and part B. If it's a lot of glitter, I'll do 15 of part A, 15 of part B. Thin coats, I just simply do 5 and 5. So you kind of play around with it and see what you need, see what your cup takes. It's different for each one from what I can tell from trying different cups and all kinds of stuff. So for this, I'm just going to put, these are hard to push. I'm going to go to 10. There we go. Well, part A is hard to push. Part B, not so much. It's like water. And there we go. So then you just, let me angle this down for you. There we go. So I'm going to just pour this into my mixing cup. If it's a smaller amount, then you can mix it in these medicine cups and it's fine. But when you're getting to 20 milliliters and 30 milliliters of each, they're hard to mix. And I always struggle trying to keep it in the little cup. You want to make sure that you get all of it out. So you just scrape the sides, scrape the bottom. There we go. And then this is the most boring part, to be honest with you. I always usually try to have music on in the background and sing along or count to my songs, because this takes forever. So this can take 1 to 3 minutes to be fully mixed. You're going to want to stir it together very, very slowly. It's not something you just whip together. It will cause a bunch of bubbles and fish eyes, and it will end up on your turner, and then you'll have to do another coat, and you just wasted epoxy and your time. So we're just going to slowly stir this, and you're wanting it to go together, mix all together. Make sure you're scraping the sides along the way as well. And just watching for air bubbles. You don't want to stir too fast. You will, no matter how slow you stir, you will see a couple air bubbles. It's inevitable. Let me see. There we go. And so you just want to make sure it's not a ton of them. And the slower you go, the better. And then you're literally just going to stir this until it turns clear. And that means it's all mixed together. And then it's ready to go in your cup. So pretty easy, just takes a lot of patience, which I don't have at all. But hey, you deal with it and you work on it. So I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of starting to, you see all the different colors, 2 different colors. It's kind of cloudy looking, and the more you stir it, the more it gets clearer. One little trick I found to help with the bubbles, and this took a ton of videos and research to find, is if you do mix it too fast and there's a lot of bubbles on it, you can put warm water in a bowl, and just a very little amount because you don't want it to get in your epoxy, and set this in there and let it sit for a minute, and it actually makes all of the bubbles come up to the top. I also found that if I hit my heat gun on it for just a second or two until the bubbles start to kind of go away and it starts to get clearer, that gets rid of it. Epoxy really likes heat, at least the Amazing Clear Cast does, and that it helps helps the bubbles come up to the top. You can pop them or just let them be, but they don't show up on your cup nearly as bad. So it's helped me a lot. And we are almost there. Yep, there we go. So like you can see, I don't know if you can see it, there are a couple little bubbles in there, and those will be fine. After you apply it, you're gonna wanna put a heat gun going really fast across it, and I'll show y'all that in another video so you can see. And then this is ready to go on the cup. So if you like it, found it interesting, subscribe to me and give me a thumbs up, and I will keep adding videos as they come and letting y'all see all of this magic happen. Bye, y'all.